Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, begin to release out the mouth. Start to feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. And then notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness. Maybe in the shoulders, maybe in the lower back. And wherever you're holding on to this tension or tightness, we're going to send the breath there. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, begin to release, let it go. Taking nice deep belly breaths here. Focusing on those inhalations versus the exhalations. And then we're just going to start to scan the body from the top of the head down to the toes, noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness. So again, noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the forehead, maybe between the eyebrows. Breathing here into this space. And releasing and letting go. And then notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the jaw. Breathing into this space, releasing into this space and letting go. And start to feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. Breathing into the shoulders. And then notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness here. So notice the belly. Notice if you're holding on to any tension or any tightness in the belly. Releasing and letting go. And then breathing into the hips. So focusing on the hips, noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the hips. Breathe here into this space. Release here into this space. And let it go. So noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the legs, maybe in the knees or the shins. Wherever it may be, we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. Releasing and letting go into this space. And then start to notice if the mind goes anywhere. Focusing. Noticing any stories, patterns, or habits you might be holding on to. And then breathing into this space. Noticing them for what they are, just stories, patterns, and habits. And then I want you to start to visualize. So visualize someone in your mind, or maybe it's yourself, someone that you want to send love and kindness to. So you can take the right hand to the heart, left hand to the belly. We're going to take 10 deep belly breaths here. Expanding the heart and focusing on the person. whether it's ourselves or someone else. Breathing here into this space. Releasing here into this space and then letting it go. Feel those shoulder blades slide down the back. Breathe into this space. So if you want, you can bring those hands by the side, maybe close the eyes for a minute if you'd like to tune into what's happening in the body. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, sending the breath to any tight or tension spots you're holding on to. So now we're focusing on the breath. We're focusing on the body. Thinking about that person in our mind, bringing it all together here. Breathing into this space, releasing into this space, and letting it go. So again, picturing that person in your mind, whether it's you or someone else. And just picturing a bright white light surrounding them, filling them with love, filling them with joy. And breathing here into this space, releasing here into this space, and letting it go. Open and expand. Release and let go. So moving from the bottom of the feet all the way up to the top of the head, we're just going to start to pinpoint the body, noticing if you're holding on to any tension or tightness again. Noticing if you're holding on to anything in the feet. Breathe here, release here, let it go. Focusing on that area, focusing on the breath. And then notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the shins. Maybe in the kneecaps. Wherever it may be, you're going to take a few deep belly breaths here. Breathing here into this space. Releasing here into this space. And letting go. So starting to breathe into the thighs, maybe into the glutes, noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness here. Sending the breath to those places. Letting it go here. And then breathing into the hips. Breathing into this space. Releasing and letting go. So pulling up onto the abdominal, breathing here. Releasing here and letting it go. Focus on the belly. A lot of the times we hold stuff in our gut, comes out as gut health or gut problems. So breathing here into this space, into your powerhouse. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, release, let it go. Breathing into the rib cage here. Breathing into the chest. Feeling the shoulder blades slide down the back. And just open and expand here. Release and let go. So opening up the throat, opening up the shoulders here. Breathing into this space. So breathing into the throat, releasing the throat, releasing the third eye. Let it go here. So just releasing the whole entire body. Noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness. Coming back to that breath. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, begin to release out the mouth. And breathe here. Release here and let it go. So deepening those breaths. Take a nice deep breath in. Sending it to the chest, sending it to the heart here. So again, before we were picturing someone in our mind, whether it was ourselves or someone else, someone we want to send love to. I want you to start to picture that person in your mind again. Picture a bright white light surrounding them. And if you want, you can join them. Or you can just picture that light surrounding their body, comforting them, making them feel loved, appreciated, and full of joy. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release, let it go. So again, filling that whole entire mind, filling your whole entire body with that bright white light. Watching it swirl all around you and comforting you. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then just exhale, release, let it go. Breathing into this space. Releasing into this space. So notice if anything starts to pop up. Maybe a story, a pattern, a habit. And whatever it may be, we're just going to take a few deep belly breaths here. Releasing and letting go. Breathing into this space. Moving into this space. So again, notice where your mind starts to wander when the body stops. Notice your stories. Notice your patterns. And notice your habits. And then just let them all go. Breathe here into this space. Release here into this space. And then taking a nice deep breath in, filling the heart, filling the lungs, filling the rib cage, and then filling the belly. So working with this expansion of the body with the breath. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release, let it go. Breathe here into this space. Release into this space. Opening the shoulders, open the neck and back. Let it go. So if you want to start to take a 2-1 part breath, you can, or you can just deepen the inhalations versus the exhalations. If you're going to do a 2-1 part breath, we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale, release out the mouth. So again, you can breathe in through the nose, and then exhale, release out. Breathing here into this space. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. So again, coming back to the mind, picturing that bright white light surrounding you or surrounding someone else, and maybe you join them. Breathing here into this space. Releasing here into this space and let it go. Again, notice if you're holding on to anything here. Use the breath to move it through the body. Use the imagination and the mind to move those thoughts through the body, through the mind. And use the breath as a vehicle to help facilitate this. So again, taking a few deep breaths here. Deepening those inhalations versus those exhalations. Breathe here. Release here and let it go. Breathing into the chest, breathing into the belly. So notice where the mind starts to go. Breathe here. Notice those stories, those patterns, those habits for what they are. Breathe into this space. Release into this space. So if your eyes aren't already closed, we're just going to close the eyes for a moment. Notice how the body feels. Notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness. And then notice the breath. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, release, let it go. Breathing here into this space. Releasing here into this space. Open the heart, open the chest. Finding that expansion, and then also surrendering at the same time. If you want to still keep those eyes shut, you can. Again, noticing the mind, not becoming too attached to anything in it. Notice the breath. And then notice if you're holding on to anything in the body. Maybe it's some tension, some tightness. Maybe it's some emotion or stored feelings. But whatever it may be, we're just going to take a few deep belly breaths, sending the breath to those spots. Releasing and letting go. Breathing here into this space. Again, if you want to start picturing that bright white light surrounding you, you can do that. Maybe circling around you, coming down from the feet all the way up to the top of the head. Covering your whole entire body. Helping you to feel joy. Helping you to feel peace. I'm releasing, letting go here. Breathe here into this space. Release here into this space and let it go. So again, just noticing. Notice if you're holding on here. Create some space in the mind. Create some space in the body. Let it go. Open and expand. Release and let it go. Opening up the shoulders, opening up the neck and back. Open the throat. So if you want, you can keep those eyes shut. If they're not already, you can shut them. We're going to take the right hand to the heart, left hand to the belly. Just ending out the class with tuning into what's going on. Clear the mind. Send the breath to any tight or tension spots you're holding on to in the body. Feel comforted, feel joy, feeling peace. And then start to picture you or that other person or both of you together being filled and surrounded by that perfect white light. Breathing here into this space. Releasing here into this space. And then letting it go. Notice if you can create more space in the body. Notice if you can release anything. When you're ready, we're just going to bring our hands to heart center. Feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let it go. So I'd like to thank you for being here again today. My name's Tiffany Grove with My Wellness Grove. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Namaste.